So in this moment in time, I will not be showing my face on this video because right now I don't feel that beautiful. It's winter again. We're in between the holidays. We just had our Thanksgiving, and in the US of A. And we're going to be going into pre-Christmas. And we're also going to be entering into flu season. Only the flu has disappeared since 2020. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to recognize that seasons occur and the spring will come again. We will once again have longer days, more light, fresh green leaves on the trees. But until then, we've got Christmas lights and cats that know to stay inside and sleep and rest and take it easy. So for me right now, this is a diary from a pet sitter. I am watching pets. I've been watching Ricky ever since he was an adolescent. He's now much more of a mature adult. So when it gets chilly and 40 degrees, he definitely knows when it's time to call it a day. Now, I guess would be considered in my sunnier years, meaning, okay, I was born in 1963, which puts me closer to Generation Z, but boomers want to put, boomer haters want to put anybody out of the older category of Gen X and younger boomers, which I'm really not a boomer. Really not a boomer. They want to put us into the same category and somehow act disgruntled about life. And I started thinking about, man, you know, I feel sorry for them. Initially, I was irritated. Now I just feel sorry. Because there are other things to do, okay? When I had my youth and my energy, I spent it doing energetic, youthful things like exercising, watching my kids, taking care of them, you know? And then, of course, I was always in a bad relationship because I have not recovered fully from my childhood abuses. I had a great childhood, but I had a narcissistic parent. And it's not like you blame things on the narcissistic parent. You just slowly, over the years, you recognize that having had that narcissistic parent made things incredibly difficult for you as time went on. Again, not to blame everything on that parent. Oh, no. I mean, because of that parent, you will probably have a lot of creativity, a lot of other things that would not have developed had you had a so-called normal parent. I mean, I didn't have what the millennials have, which is a trophy for showing up. But I grew up in a small town and I was known, and I was the fastest female and male runner until 5th grade, or maybe it was 6th, when Scott Clegg and I had the same time. I was a track star, voted most athletic, most creative, most life-loving. in a small town in New Hampshire. So I was well known, well respected. I had a good time. I don't know why I would have left a place where I would have been a success in the world, but for a mother who wanted to travel, therefore send her children off to school here and there so she can go travel to visit them. So, of course, my last relationship was with a narcissist, and I thought I could handle it. I thought as a super empath, I could handle it. I thought as a Sigma Infja, which is Sigma female, meaning I don't care what you think what you want. As a Sigma female with an Infja, Briars-Riggs, is it rigged? I can't remember the name of it anymore. Briggs-Meyer, whatever the personality test is where you answer about a bunch of questions and then you find out what you are. And I was like, no way, no way. This can't be true. I'm bored. And then I really looked at it and I observed myself. So I found this out in 2018. So it hasn't been that long. It hasn't been that long. Yeah, getting to know yourself. I have memories of my sister Corky and I sharing the same room and doing all kinds of things together. It was fabulous. I love my childhood. Yeah, we had a good time. But I was mismanaged, bossed around, coerced, criticized, and ridiculed, and that had an effect on me. Love was given conditionally. And somehow I got the notion that other people's needs superseded my own. So when I did finally, like in my books, I'm writing 2 books. And so, these videos are really about a way of me reconciling and coming to terms with my childhood and my young adulthood in order to frame the book in a context that makes it palatable and approachable to people to read it. Because I went on to become an adult entertainer in a peep show. And after 8 months of being disgusted, I went on to being a stage dancer. But first I had to gain self-confidence. So yeah, I was perfectly happy, meaning comfortable, with showing my vag to a paying customer, but I was afraid to show my legs, so I wore leg warmers. It's in the book. Copyrighted. Nobody can take that material. That's mine. The thing is I actually wrote something and later on I read it in a book. I wish I had kept the book. I got it from the library. The name of it, I'll remember it. But it was like his hands traversed her arms as if they were deciphering a mystery. That almost was word for word in another book that I was reading. And I wrote it. And I put it out there in the internet land, which I think is a harvesting ground for book writing machines that give editors access to this infinite data bank. So internet land is a farm for the moneymakers of society to get their grease, to get their wheels going. So when I read almost verbatim I felt like that. How dare you? How dare you? Yeah. Simon. 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 Yeah, I totally felt like, it's all free. Yay. And then you put your content out there and then people suck it up. So I realized that I couldn't put my best work out there. And I feel like doing what Kurt Vonnegut did. Just write the old-fashioned way on ledger paper with a pen. Now the trouble with that for me is that I get hand cramps. Such is life. And my computer now is too small, and then I get shoulder cramps. I gotta scratch my head and think about what to do. What to do. Yeah. So writing the book is one thing, but putting it out there is another. I mean, that's two different things. So I have put myself back on to the drawing board, meaning to consider who my audience is first. Like, what am I trying to do? And in the book, I'm trying to prevent women from doing what I did. And if they do what I did, to be armed with knowledge and coping skills and methods to maintain sanity. Yep. I discovered a lot of things being an adult entertainer. One of which was men seem to need to jerk off a lot. I didn't understand that. I also did not understand, I didn't get it. I didn't get like how men could get turned on by visuals. Like, I was never turned on by visuals. I remember looking at a Playgirl magazine, and those guys with their hard-ons, I found were disgusting and scary. Want to go outside? I didn't find anything attractive about a man naked with a hard-on. Not at all. Oh. Have fun. Hurry back. Yeah, I had no idea what that was all about. Well, what I discovered is I'm like a demisexual. Like, you have to actually I have to have an emotional connection to you. Well, my lover, not you. I have to have an emotional connection, and I build that by doing activities. Like when I do an activity. So I was with a guy for 10 years, narcissist, and it's a broad spectrum. And we've been through 10 years of his like really lecherous behavior, just crazy stuff, crazy making, the textbook stuff that you find out about. And we got into this, all right, I live 3 hours from you. And then 2020 happened, and I moved up to be with him. And full time, but still being able to go back to my state 3 hours away and do business with my clients, and nothing really had changed. And I realized that 10 years in, and we're not any closer. I'm not being introduced. I'm not respected. Nothing had changed. There were no benefits. I try to make it into an experience that would benefit me. I move my paints up there. I'm like, okay, I'll be creative while I'm here not working at my other job, and I will paint. No, I could never feel creative because I was always zapped of energy. I was always just doing whatever. Taking care of the house, taking care of him. Not really ever shining my own light, being my own star in my own movie. Never really shining. Yeah. Never really blooming properly. Never really blooming and blossoming and growing. Oh, this basket smells good. Sweetgrass. I wonder if they got that in Charleston, South Carolina. I'll have to ask them. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm here in, present time. Simey. Hey, Simey. I'm here in present time and just acknowledging that post-narcissist relationship, I'm going to sort of get to the gate. Okay, you've been in an airplane ride and it's been turbulent, and then you descend and you put your seatbelt on and you land and the landing gear comes down, and sometimes it's a rough landing, and then you stop and everyone's waiting to get all their baggage together, to get off the plane, to get off the ride. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting my baggage together. What's mine? What dysfunction did I bring into that so-called relationship? My delusion that relationship with a narcissist was doable. My delusion that I could be creative in a soul-sucking environment. Why was it soul-sucking? Basically, it wasn't normal. You didn't have dinner every night. You never knew when he was going to go to the bar and stay there until he came home wobbling in his shoes. You just didn't know what was going to happen next. You were on your own a lot. And as an INFJ, is an INFJ, which I'm not going to explain to you what that is, but basically very, very introverted. But also, I mix very well with people. I mix well, but I don't really connect. Maybe I should try harder at that. I don't know. All I know right now is that my plane has landed. My narcissist plane has landed, and I am now narc free. And I am not anxious, but I am anticipating the winter, which is a good time to go within, to hibernate, to be with yourself, to nurture your strengths, to just, really hold yourself close with kid gloves. Be very gentle. And that way in the spring you can go ahead and encourage the growth of this new part of yourself. But for now, admit it's winter. Let things die that need to.